Hi, everybody. This is Sarah here from Good Grief Network, and I am here to show you how to navigate Mighty Networks. And in this tutorial, I am going to use the Writing Through It Good Grief Network journaling program as an example. And so I want to start at the very beginning, and we're going to dive right in. There are a few ways to sign into Mighty Networks. One is by going to mightynetworks.com. You can see in the search bar up here. Sign in. You can enter your email address if you already think you have a Mighty Networks here, and you will receive an email from Mighty Networks with all of your Mighty Networks that you have access to. Alternatively, you could search for a network like Good Grief Network. We have a Mighty Network here, and you'll be prompted to sign in. What is more likely to happen is that you will receive an email to your inbox. And this is what you will receive if you have joined the Writing Through It program. You'll get an invitation to join the Writing Through It circle. In this case, we'll be testing a tutorial circle, but typically you'll be invited to join a Writing Through It with the month and year of the program that you're joining. So this is just a tutorial test circle here. And we can see, we scroll down and we have this invitation to join the Writing Through It test circle. It takes less than a minute to join, and you'll also get instant access to our community, Good Grief Network. So by joining the Writing Through It program circle, you will also get access to the larger network, the larger Good Grief Network, Mighty Network. So we're going to click this purple button here to join the Writing Through It circle. And if you already have Mighty Networks, you'll enter the email address and password that you use for Mighty Networks. If not, you can create an account here, or you can sign in using Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, or your Apple ID. We already have access to Mighty Networks, and importantly, the account that we're going to be going in with is a member account. It's a tutorial account, so it acts like a member of the network. It doesn't act like a manager or a moderator. And that's important because this screen will look really similar to how your screen looks when you sign in as a member. So we're going to sign in, and immediately we're brought to the Writing Through It tutorial circle. Now, a few important things. Up in the right corner here, you can see this is our account. This is the GGN tutorial account. In your case, it will be your name, and it will be a photo of you instead of what is the GGN logo here. You can go into your personal settings, and you can update your account anytime you need to. Editing your profile is really important. You can add a cover photo, add a photo of yourself, your first and last name, a mini bio, a longer bio if you want. And then you can link people to your website, maybe your social media if you're active on there. You can add interests, your location, your time zone, and the circles that you're a part of. This will eventually grow as you join more circles, whether it's in the Good Grief Network's Mighty Network circle or other ones. You can set up your notifications here. I highly recommend keeping your email updates on, because if you're joining the Writing Through It journaling program circle, this is how you will receive the daily email that your prompt has been delivered. I also recommend downloading the app. If you have a smartphone and you want to have access to the prompts on your phone, I recommend the app. It's much easier to use than using the Mighty Networks website through Safari or Chrome on your phone. The rest of the settings you can choose for yourself. I'm going to close this out of personal settings here, but I'm going to show you circle settings now. Receive notifications for this circle based on your network notification settings. Again, I recommend leaving this on. You can leave the circle if you no longer want to be a part of it in the future, but for the length of this course, I recommend staying in it, and you will have unlimited access to the circles that you are a part of throughout your time as a member of the Good Grief Network's Mighty Network. Now, a few other important icons. These are your notifications here. I'll show you more about those in a moment. And here's your chat. If you have private chats with anyone in your writing through it circle, if you want to chat with a moderator, if you want to chat with Good Grief Network, these are all the places that you'll find those chats collated. So, as I said, we first got this invitation through email to join the circle. Then we came in and joined the circle, and here's what the circle looks like. And now I'm going to help you navigate this circle. I want to draw your attention over here to the left, where we have the activity feed, discovery, members, and about. And what I actually want to start with is discovery. So we're going to click here. And if you want to make this bigger or smaller, you can move this panel on the left over or not. I'm going to keep it open for now. So the discovery tab is really important. I'm going to show you why. First is that if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see all of the welcome posts from your host. And Good Grief Network is hosting this event. And you can see that the welcome posts are welcome to writing through it, asking folks to introduce themselves here. The expectations and norms for the group will be listed here. Communication guidelines will be listed here. And there will also be a video here that's a tutorial on how to use Mighty Networks, and that's the video that you're watching right now. So if you ever need to revisit it at some point, it will be located here in the welcome section of your discovery tab. Now, there is a welcome post asking folks to introduce themselves with their names, pronouns, where they're joining us from, and a description of what your surroundings will look like when you sit down to write. It also notes who the moderators of this group are. Now, I'm a member of this group. I was invited to be a member, and here's a place where it says share your thoughts below, where I can start writing. Hi, my name is Sarah. I use she, her pronouns. Oops, I'm located in Lisbon, Portugal, and I'm writing from a round desk next to funky plant wallpaper. And I would comment here. And that's how I introduce myself. Now, other people can like this or reply to it. Like, hi, Sarah, nice to meet you. I'm going to close out of this welcome post now that you know how to respond to a welcome post, which is here. Also in your discovery tab, you'll see featured posts. Featured posts are things you might want to have access to throughout the length of the course. In your writing through it circle, you'll have access to a tech support article, a featured article. This is a place where you can get help if you have any tech questions at all. So for example, Sarah JS had a question. She had a tech problem XYZ. Can someone please assist? And Good Grief Network replied to Sarah saying, hi, Sarah. You would solve that problem by doing ABC. Thanks for reaching out. I also mentioned that I have a tech problem, the GGN tutorial account, and Good Grief Network helped with a solution. This tab, this featured article is really important because this is where you will crowdsource your tech solutions. And this will serve as a tech resource hub throughout your time in your writing through it program. Now, there are also members here. It says top members, but that usually means the people that are sharing the most. These are just our test members. They happen to be our moderators for the program. And then if you scroll up more, you'll see top posts. And these posts are top again because most people have engaged with them. Now, this is your discovery tab again. What I want to go to now is your activity feed. Here's the activity feed. And I want to show you a few different ways to engage with this. First, you can just scroll down. You'll see here all those welcome posts we talked about earlier that were also in your discovery tab. The welcome introduction post, expectations and norms, communication guidelines, and a tutorial video. But you can keep scrolling. And this video says it's still processing, but it's actually here. But you can keep scrolling and see, oh, here's that tech support post. Other guidelines. Oh, but here is the test post for prompt number 2. And Dean responded to this prompt. And then Good Grief Network replied to Dean's response to the prompt. Here's another prompt. This is for prompt number 1. Now, if I want to respond to prompt number 1, what I want to do is click this chat box here that says join the conversation. If I want to like the prompt, I can heart it like this, but I want to join it. I want to respond to prompt number 1. I write my response here, and then I click comment. Other people can cheer other people's responses. I like Dean's test response to my prompt 1. I'm going to cheer that, or I can reply to Dean's response. So I see that Dean did a test response, and I want to say, thanks for sharing your response to prompt number 1, Dean. And I can reply to Dean's response. I see that Kristen also responded to prompt 1. She got it. I'm going to respond to Kristen too. I can also, as you saw, like Kristen's response to the prompt. And that's the way that you're going to engage with prompts throughout this program. If you have any questions about how to engage with prompts, again, you would go to the left tab here. If it's closed, you can use this arrow to the top left again, open it up, go to Discovery, and go to the featured posts, find tech support. And you can say, excuse me, here, and share your thoughts. Hi, I have a question about responding to a prompt. Can someone help? And then a GGN moderator or the GGN account will come in and reply to this post with a solution for the tech problem. Anytime you want to get in or out of these little chats, you can use the top right navigation system. You can make it bigger here, smaller. These are ways to save the article, mute it, share it, or all of these other options. For example, if you want to save the tech support article, I think I want to because I might need help. That article is saved in my posts, and that helps me gain access to that article whenever I might need it. But then I can also use this top right corner to navigate away from this specific conversation. Now, moving us back over to the left tab again, I want to go to members. Here are all the members in this test circle for writing through it. We have Kristen, who's a moderator. Good Grief, oh, excuse me, we'll start at the top. Good Grief Network is hosting this circle. Kristen Klingelhofer is a moderator. Dean Lacoe is a moderator. We have another Dean that came in as a member. Sarah JS, that's me, I'm a moderator. And then we have this GGN tutorial account here. That's the account we're currently on. This is us. And we are also a member. So if I see these other members here, maybe I want to click on Sarah and maybe I want to follow her. Maybe I don't think you will have to block or report anyone, but that's how you do it if you need to. It's under more. But I can also chat to Sarah by saying, hi, Sarah, nice to meet you. And then as a reminder, that chat, you will later find it up in the right-hand corner, these chat boxes here. If I hover over it, it says view chat, and there's my chat with Sarah. That's a little meta because that's me. So we're gonna keep going. Now you know how to engage with different members. And what I think is really important is to follow other members in your group whose words move you, who you think you might get along with. Maybe you want to read their profiles. Let's see what Sarah has to say. This is Sarah's profile. This is me. And I can see I can see my location, my badges. who I was referred by, other referrals, people I've connected with Good Grief Network, and some of the circles that Sarah's in. I can look at Dean. Here's Dean's profile. And I can follow Dean like this. Now I would close out of here. And now that you understand how to engage with members and make friends, I want to move to this left panel again to About. And these are just the basic details of the circle. It's the Writing Through It tutorial circle. It's used for educational purposes. The hosts and moderators are here. Good Grief Network is the host. Here are the 3 moderators. Here's a description of the circle, more about this circle, how many members there are. And then again, here you'll find these welcome articles again, these 4 welcome articles. But importantly, you'll see the tech support is an article. The tech support article isn't here. That's in your saved articles. And so the way you can find that saved post again, because remember we saved it, is to go here to saved posts. And there's your tech support article again. I'm going to bring us back into the Writing Through It circle one more time. So now that you've navigated this circle, I'm going to bring us back into the activity feed again and just show you what you can expect to see. You can expect to see some welcome posts that are pinned to the top. And you can expect to see here the prompt posts. And as a reminder, when you're responding to a prompt, you do it by clicking on this chat box here that says join the conversation when you hover over it. This is here, the GGN tutorial account responding to prompt 2. Pardon all my typos. Again, that's how I respond to a prompt. If I want to reply to someone else's response, again, I do that by hovering over their response. Here's Kristen. She responded to prompt number 2 here. She says she's writing from her phone. I can cheer her response or I can reply to her. Oop. I meant to say looks good, but it also looks goo. Okay. Again, if you have any questions about this, you can go to your saved posts and you can find the tech support button. Now, I want to go somewhere else that's really important. We're going to go to the top left corner of this screen that says Back to Network. And this brings us out of the Writing Through It tutorial circle, which will be your Writing Through It circle, and into the larger network. And you can see the color will change here. Now we're in blue. And you can go home. Again, there's a discovery bar, members, about, invite. And then you also have these other options here: topics, events, interests, and circles. Now, I want to go home and I want to show you something important. So this is the Good Grief Network Larger Mighty Networks. If you were to type here, share what's on your mind, everyone in the entire network would see that. What you want to be doing is sharing your responses to prompts by using your specific circle. And if you wanted to navigate back to your circle, you would do it on this left bar, circles, Writing Through It tutorial circle, and then you would search. And you could even search for prompt 2 here, if you wanted to respond to that one, or prompt 1 below it. But again, I want us to go back to the Larger Mighty Network. We'll go home again by clicking on the top left corner. And this is where you'll see a full feed of everything being shared in Good Grief Network's Mighty Network. But you're also going to notice that you see some of those same posts that you saw in the in the secret Mighty Networks test circle. And what I want to show you here is when I hover over the lock button here that says secret, it says only members of Writing Through It tutorial circle, a secret circle, can see this post in their home activity feed. So even though you can see this tech support feed and see all the tech support questions that were asked in your secret Mighty Networks circle, no one else on Mighty Networks can see that unless they are also a part of this circle. So let's scroll down a little more and you can see some of the other things that are happening in the Good Grief Network, Mighty Networks. Here are some people talking about some wins on staying off social media and not getting too wrapped up in thinking about climate crisis. Here are some of the welcome notes for the greater Good Grief Network circle. Here are some people sharing meditation courses, other resources, and this is a great place to scroll if you want to see what members of the network are up to. And those members may include people in your writing circle and might also include other members of the larger network who are parts of other circles. I want to navigate us back to the left panel and go to the discovery bar again. This is going to look really similar to the discovery bar in your secret circle, excuse me. There are top posts, those are the most engaged ones, members near you, top members, and here are the featured posts. Here's a Mighty Networks tutorial, here's a Climate Psychology Alliance talk, and some other resources here that you can scroll through. Here are some of the circles that are available on Mighty Networks. Now, again, here are the members of our entire Mighty Networks. That's a lot more people, as you can see. You can go to About. Here's the Good Grief Network, Mighty Networks About page, a description of who we are and what we do. We have 574 members of our network, a link to our website, and a welcome checklist. Now, you can go to topics here. Here are different topics that you can follow or open to learn more about this particular idea or this particular theme in Good Grief Network's work. And the way that these articles and posts get sorted into these topics is by tagging that topic when you post. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. But if you wanted to navigate these different topics, you would do so here. There's also a space for events. There aren't any right now, but that's coming soon. Stay tuned. Interests. You can click on different interests here and see other members that are also interested and connect with those people and share resources and ideas with them. And then again, at the very bottom are circles. Here are all the circles that I can see on Mighty Networks. And some of them are private and I can't join them. Some are secret, so I can't even see them unless I'm a part of them. And now I'm going to take us home again and show you here how I can share what's on my mind. Oops. I can type this. I can share a photo or file. I can create a poll, a GIF, excuse me, or an emoji here. And I can add a topic. This is what we were talking about before with topics. This topic would maybe be courses or tutorials if we had that, which we don't. But you can understand if you wanted to share a resource about mortality, maybe you would tag the topic death anxiety. And then every time anyone goes to the topic here, they'll be able to see what you tagged as part of that topic. So I'm going to bring us home to the Good Grief Network larger Mighty Networks again and show you again. Here's your profile to the top right. Here are your notifications. Here are your chats. And here you can invite other members to join this network. You will not be able to invite someone to join your secret circle. Only hosts and moderators can invite people to join those circles, but you can invite people to join you on Good Grief Networks, Mighty Networks, where there's a lot happening. And so that's it. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that you have some more ease navigating this space. And as a reminder, if you ever have any questions about how to navigate Mighty Networks, you can feel free to message Good Grief Network by going here to the chat box, add a chat. You can search for Good Grief Network here, click our name, and start the chat. And ask us anything you want. We're happy to support you however we can. And if you're in a circle that has a tech support button, the quickest way to get some help is to use that chat feature. And I hope that this was helpful. I can't wait to see you in a Mighty Network circle soon. Take care, y'all.